Hey sweet babies, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. If you like fragrance, makeup, skincare, real people, and real talk, definitely subscribe to my channel. On today's video, we're going to be talking about how to start your perfume collection. I did do a video like this last year, so I'll leave that link down in the description box so you can watch that after this one. We have some of the same things in there, but some different things in here too. So to all my frag girls, if you have any advice for the girls that are trying to start their fragrance collection, something you wish somebody would have told you in the beginning, leave it down in the comments so we can have a conversation. We want to learn here. We want to grow together, learn together, buy together. We want to do all of that. So let's get into the first thing that I suggested before, and I'm going to suggest it again. Y'all know the first thing I'm going to say, right? Fragrance subscription service. Y'all know I'm a LuckyScent stan. I got my own subscription with them, and I have been loving them for years now. Like, they are really my go-to for sampling niche and designer fragrances, and they've been stepping their game up, y'all. Now they got Mind Games, they got Goldfield and Banks, Liquides Imaginaires, Electimus. Like, they got the niche fragrances that y'all been wanting to sample. So if you have not signed up for LuckyScent, you definitely should. They did send me over 3 fragrances, and they are 3 affordable fragrances. So I chose 3 affordable fragrances because that's another good way to start your collection. Start off affordable. You don't gotta jump out, you know, in the $300 bottle fragrances. You know, start with affordable fragrances. So if you're not familiar with LuckyScent, it is a fragrance subscription service where you can get a decant of an 8 to 10 ml fragrance for $19.95, or you can get 2 of them for $36.95. So this one is Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Sun. So this is it, and I did try this because I was looking for something that is an easy reach for summertime. So an easy grab and go for summertime. And out of the 3 that I got, this one was actually my favorite one. It didn't have that metallic-y, you know, thing that I get from Light Blue Intense. This one was just smooth. It was kind of solar, like, you know, you do kind of get that sunshiny vibe from it, but it also turned like kind of soapy on me too. So I didn't mind that because when it's hot outside, I like to smell clean, I like to smell fresh, and that's what this gave me. So I actually used this whole decant. I wore it twice. I wore it out and about one day to see how it performed out in the air. Of course, I would prefer to wear this like when it's hot outside, but I just wanted to test it out. And then when I tested it out and got that clean, fresh, soapy vibe, I wore it to bed on another night. So I would consider picking this up, a full bottle of this, on a discount site. So I'm glad I got to sample it first. The next one that I got came in this cute little pink decant, and it is Flower Market by Replica. Now, if you didn't know, you can refill these. So you just screw off the top like that, and you can just clean this out, fill it up with whatever fragrance you're wearing for the day, and that is your decant. So that's another reason why I love getting these every month, okay? But this one is Flower Market by Replica. Y'all know I'm a Replica stan. I love Replica fragrances, but this one, it kind of shocked me because it wasn't what I wanted until way down in the dry down. Like, when it opened up, it was sharp, it was screechy. You kind of got you did get the flowers, you got the stem, so you really did kind of get the whole Flower Market, but it was kind of sharp, you know what I'm saying? But once it dried down, I liked it better, but it just took way too long for me to get to the dry down. Like, I'm talking like an hour in is when I started to like it. It started to give me the florals that I want and the softness that I wanted, and smell like nice soft flowers, you know what I mean? And clean, soft flowers, and it smelled kind of shampoo-y like, and I liked that, but it was just way too long to get to the dry down. So I'm gonna pass on picking up a full bottle of this one. So the last one that I got also came in a pink container, and this is Elie Saab Girl of Now Shine. So you know, pistachio is the new cherry now, so for 2023. So I wanted to try another pistachio fragrance, and Elie Saab Girl of Now does have that in there, but this one is Girl of Now Shine. So I wanted to try this one for the summertime, the spring, summer, you know, because I thought it would be more light and airy and more like kind of summertime like. But this one was actually really thick, really dense. This one wasn't for me. This one reminded me of Jean Paul Gaultier La Belle. So I feel like if you like La Belle, you would like this fragrance as well, because they both have that thick, you know, dense, sweet sugariness, but it has some kind of note in there that just doesn't jive with me. Something that was kind of giving like a black licorice note, and I'm really not sure what it was. So this one wasn't for me, unfortunately, but I do feel like if you like Jean Paul Gaultier La Belle, you would love this too. So definitely try LuckyScent out, y'all. It's affordable. You get good size decants, because I need to wear like a fragrance like this much of it sometimes to really determine if I like it or not. Sometimes those little 2 mils, I can't really do nothing with that. It just doesn't give me enough to figure out the fragrance. Sometimes you know right away, but sometimes you don't. So I really do like getting these. So of course I'll leave the link to Royalty Scents down in the description box. If you have not signed up and you are looking to start your collection, or you want to try to sample more fragrances before you buy full bottles, definitely sign up for Royalty Scents. You have to learn your notes, okay? I know people that's, you know, a lot of people say they don't know notes, they like what they like, and that's it. I get it. I was there too. I was not a blind buyer. I did not know nothing about notes or none of that. But I had to learn that. I had to learn that to know what I'm talking about. And I had to learn that because I wanted to start blind buying fragrances. And it's hard to blind buy a fragrance if you don't really know what notes you like and what notes work on your skin. So you kind of do want to start learning notes. It'll make it easier for you to blind buy, and it'll be easier for you to save your money so you don't blind buy fragrances that you know you ain't gonna like. You know what I'm saying? If you're not a rose lover and somebody's talking about they love this fragrance and it's chuck full of rose, then you know, hey, I don't like rose, so I ain't gonna go with that one. You know what I'm saying? I don't like you know, patchouli, so I'm not gonna go with that. If she says it's patchouli heavy, I can smell the patchouli, then you know, I know not to go for that. But if you don't even know what patchouli is, don't know how patchouli smell or nothing like that, and she says that and you go and you like, this stink, but I don't know why it stink. It stink because you don't like patchouli and you didn't take the time to learn that you don't like patchouli. Next, start with smaller bottles. So I did mention this in my last video of how to start your collection. You don't always have to go for the big large bottle of fragrances. This is the 3.4 ounce of Marc Jacobs Perfect. Love this fragrance. I think it's perfect for spring and summer, but this is the large bottle. So think about what you want your collection to look like. Do you want 5 big bottles of fragrances, or do you want like 10 to 15 smaller bottles of fragrance so you have more of a collection? You can fill up your tray or your carousel or whatever. So think about that. So it's nothing wrong with getting like smaller bottles like this one so that you can get more fragrances and you know, you have more of a selection. So it's nothing wrong with that. As a lot of people start to grow their collection, they're like, I don't need big bottles of everything because they have so much. So it kind of can get overwhelming, especially when you're first starting out. So starting off with smaller bottles is the way to go. I don't know if all of you guys agree with this, but follow people in your age range. Like, now me personally, I follow everybody. I follow people that are older than me. I follow middle-aged people like me, and I follow younger people. Like, I follow everybody just because I like fragrance content and I like to see what everybody's wearing and, you know, what they have and stuff. But when you're first starting out, you kind of might want to follow people that are in your age range. So the only reason why I say that is because, like, if I, you know, find a fragrance that I like and I'm like, oh, it's so beautiful, it's powdery, it's this, it's rose, it's that, it's da 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 da, and I'm just so in love with it. I'm 43, you might be 25, you get the fragrance and you're like, girl, this smells like my mama. And it probably do because I'm your mama age, you know what I'm saying? So kind of think about things like that. When I was first starting to actually like really go in and collect fragrances, I had to kind of pay attention to who I was watching, you know what I mean? If I'm watching somebody and she's like, oh my god, I love this pink sugar, this Aquilina pink sugar, yeah, that ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? That's not for me. I wore that years and years ago. I ain't like it then either. You know what I'm saying? I still don't like it, but that is something that like my daughter might like or she might wear. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of think about that, especially if you're somebody that doesn't really like to wear mature fragrances. You might not want to wear everything I'm wearing. You know what I'm saying? So just kind of pay attention to that. Another thing is follow people that are in the same climate that you are in. So where I live, like I said, it gets cold. So when it's getting cold, I want to wear spicy, I want to wear oody, I want to wear thick and heavy and, you know, all of that stuff, punchy beast mode fragrances. Well, if you live in Arizona and your cold is like 70, you might not want to be spicy, oody, beast mode and all of that, because you're gonna be like, girl, I tried that fragrance and I almost died. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want that to happen to you. So kind of pay attention to the people that are in the same kind of climate you're in. Now, that doesn't mean that someone that lives in Arizona or Florida or Texas doesn't like, you know, oody, thick, punchy, spicy beast mode fragrances. I'm not saying that, because they definitely do. They love them too, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying to just kind of pay attention to that, especially if you are somebody who doesn't like something that's so loud and strong. Pay attention to the people that may get frequent headaches or migraines from fragrances, because if you're a person like that too, then you kind of might want to gravitate towards fragrances that they may enjoy as well, because they're softer, they're closer to the skin, they're more in the scent bubble, they're not loud, beast mode, and they're not fragrances that would be obnoxious to you because it's just too much, it's just too loud. It's a lot of people out there that don't want beast mode fragrances. They don't want it filling up a room, they don't want it projecting all over the place. They just want something nice, soft, something that they can smell, and somebody that might be close to them can smell. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's too strong, it's too loud, it'll give them a headache. So if you find people like that on YouTube that you can relate to, you know, go with it. And vice versa, if you are watching somebody and they always get headaches from everything and, you know, migraines and stuff like that, and you're not a person like that, and then you start buying things that they're buying, you like, this is cute, but it's not beast mode, it's not giving me what I want, you know. So you kind of want to find people that, you know, like beast mode fragrances or like fragrances that are more closer to the skin. Another tip is, it's nothing wrong with shopping on discount sites as long as you find reputable, legit discount sites. I know there are girls out there that say, you know, I don't shop on discount sites, I gotta make sure I got the real fragrance, and it's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with that at all. If you want to pay full retail price, you can also go to sites that have the fragrances at original retail price, but you can get a discount code from somebody like me to get like 10% off or something like that, if that makes you feel more comfortable. But if you're okay with shopping on discount sites, it's nothing wrong with that as long as you find reputable ones. Like I like JOMASHOP, I like fragrancebuy.ca, and I like FragranceNet. I haven't had any issues with the fragrances being not authentic or anything like that, so they've been totally fine for me. And I ain't even gonna hold y'all, a lot of these niche fragrances are great and I love them, but some of them ain't worth the price. You know what I'm saying? It's just not. You know, if you can get it for half off, then girl, get it. It's nothing wrong with designer fragrances. A lot of people bash designer fragrances. Nothing wrong with designer fragrances. I mean, we all started with designer fragrances. How many of y'all out there started with niche fragrances? Like, that's gonna be a very small group. Most of us started with designer fragrances when we first started our collection, whether we started it, you know, when we were young or whether we started it recently. Most people start with designer fragrances. It's nothing wrong with designer fragrances. It's a lot of niche fragrances out there that are even more affordable than designer fragrances. So just find what's in your price range, the type of fragrances that you like, and all of that. But don't let people make you feel like designer fragrances is like, you know, you're beneath them because you wear designer fragrances. There's a lot of designer fragrances that I love and that I've been through. I just emptied like 27 of them last year, so I don't have a problem with designer fragrances at all. Just find what you like. Designer fragrances are becoming more expensive now, so they are getting up there with the niche prices, you know what I'm saying? But there, like I said, there are also niche fragrances that are just as good, if not better, and they cost less than a lot of designer fragrances. So, you know, designer, niche, it doesn't matter. Just find out what your price range is and find fragrances that you like that are within that price range. Lastly, if you're a person that wants to start your collection, but you like, I don't want to have fragrances just for spring, summer, and just for fall, winter. I want to have stuff that I can wear every day. Do that. Find fragrances that are all year round fragrances that will suit every occasion that you have. So if you're a person that needs a work fragrance, find a work fragrance that is a all year round fragrance. You want a date night fragrance, find an all year round date night fragrance. And you know, a running errands fragrance, find one that you like that you can wear all year round, so that you don't have to, you know, designate fragrances for each season if you don't want to. You want to be able to enjoy your entire collection all year round. A lot of us have fragrances that we do save for, you know, the spring, summer, fall, winter, and some of us have those fragrances, but we still wear them whenever we feel like it. It's nothing wrong with that. It's your collection. So if you want to build your collection, but you want to be able to enjoy your whole collection all year round, just find fragrances that work for you for all occasions for all year round. So I really hope these tips were helpful. Definitely check the comments, because I know my girls are going to be letting y'all know some good advice, some good tips to start your collection, and, you know, kind of let you know what they wish they knew when they started. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, share, and of course subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.